Okay, so Sectigo, you have recently launched Sectigo Certificates as a Service, or CaaS for short. I guess it'd be good to understand the thinking behind the launch. What are the problems or the challenges that you're seeking to address?
Absolutely. So we with CaaS or Sectigo Certificate as a Service, what we are aiming to do is, first of all, is addressed through our channel partners. We are a very channel-oriented company. Is an exclusive solution for channel partners in order to enable them to offer certificates as a subscription, as a service. This is a significant change in the industry because certificates have been offered traditionally as a widget in a one-by-one basis. This is good when certificates last 2 years, 1 year, but this is changing. The landscape is changing. The shortage of certificate lifetimes is going to become a reality in the next 1 year and a half, 2 years. Some dates are pending to be confirmed. So what we are offering with this solution to our channel partners is the capability to offer in a seamless subscription basis and cover the certificate needs of their customers together with automation. So it's both things. One is a commercial model that is subscription-based, so transitioning from traditional per certificate model to a subscription that can last. It can be yearly. It can be paid in comfortable monthly payments to cover in a single subscription all the certificate needs of their customers, of each of their customers. And this subscription is based on the domain or number of domains protected. This is aimed for public certificates. So whether the customer has multiple domains, the subscription will last the same, and automation is working on the background. Let's take into account that with the changes in the industry, automation is not anymore an option, is a must. So we enable both things, a more resilient and modern commercial model for certificates and the automation in the background. This is something that we are pioneering as an industry leader. And we are having, with this launch, we started some early discussions with some of the trusted partners, and we are having a lot of partners willing to embrace this solution because it makes it easier. It makes a more convenient model to offer certificates and a more future-proof solution based on the automation capabilities in the background.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask, I mean, in terms of that, like you said, obviously the landscape's changing. So I guess certificate lifecycle management, if that's what we want to sort of call the discipline, how important is it, and is it going to increase importance? Therefore, what you're doing is going to become critical for folks to get a handle on all. As you say, it's a fast-moving landscape. So yeah, just your thoughts, I suppose, as to the topic and the challenges, and again, sort of to your point, how you're helping folks address what's coming around.
Absolutely. Certificate lifecycle management is already an area of very high adoption. Mainly, it started with larger enterprises adopting certificate lifecycle management, which involves a series of pillars from discovery to automation, and then to management of the certificates. It's all about removing the manual error, the manual involvement. We launched our first certificate lifecycle management platform with Sectigo Certificate Manager 8 years ago already. So we have a proven solution. What we are doing now is to offer automation and certain aspects of certificate lifecycle management, even to the smaller companies, even to the lower end, to companies that do not necessarily have those technical that technical expertise. And actually, what we are doing it is offering it through our partners, through our MSP partners, and through our channel to help these mid-sized to smaller companies, of course, also enterprises, but they have a more deeper knowledge of the needs and resources to cover those needs. So with all the changes that are happening, with all what is coming, for example, we are working a lot in post-quantum encryption because this is something that is coming, but we are all already being ready and enabling our partners and our customers to be ready for what is coming. The management of the certificates, all this automation, it's a must, and we are keen to be offering it, and it's quite this industry has been quite stable for quite some years, and for the last couple of years it's changing a lot, and this is actually both a risk and an opportunity. But of course, what we want is to offer our channel partners the opportunity to offer better services, more convenience to their customers with the solutions that we are launching. CaaS is just an example.
Yeah, and I think you've mentioned that you've worked with partners already to develop the solution, and I guess it's fairly early days, but you've got feedback. So just I guess thoughts as to what the involvement was as well as developing the product, and then also the feedback you've had in the time available as to how welcome what you're doing seems to be.
Yeah, so we involved a number of our channel partners in order to ensure that what we are providing is a viable model, so they can offer it, they can do business with. It has been about polishing details on how we deliver, even very technical details, how this API should work, this API call should work, how is more convenient. How easy to adopt is this subscription model because it's different, and that feedback has made us. And actually, this is going to be a continuous effort. There is always room to improve, but that feedback has made us create this solution that is being very well embraced by our partner community and even by companies that are not necessarily partnering with us. We traditionally, for example, we count with MSPs within our current partner base, but we are offering more convenient solutions for MSPs. So we see more MSPs adopting this type of solutions because it really solves their needs in managing their customers.
Okay, and you've been busy, I know, because you've also fairly recently launched, I think, the Sectigo PQC Labs, and I think you mentioned post-quantum a while ago. So the background, I guess, well, it is post-quantum, but just, I suppose, put it in perspective, because everyone's aware of this sort of, well, you call it threat, it's there, but nobody quite knows the time frame. So just, I guess, why have you decided to do it now, I suppose, your thinking behind it?
So there is some reasons that there is already a lot of discussions in the industry about those timeframes. The NIST, the National Institute of Standards in the US, who arguably is leading the path in standardizing. There is already 3 quantum resilient encryption algorithms standardized, and there is 1/4 as a candidate being scoped. So there is already a definition. The NIST defines that by 2030 is like a deadline. But what is happening is that the risk is on malicious companies to store information now and decrypt later when they are ready to decrypt with post-quantum encryption. That's why now is the time to help companies and our partners help their customers to be quantum resilient. That's why we have invested in this PQC Lab approach. Is the first sandbox that complies with the NIST standards, with these new standards of algorithms, that allows already companies to start testing how would be the behavior with these new standard algorithms. This is important to start evaluating now how is going to be the behavior in a sandbox environment, to start planning which are the upgrades, which are the updates that need to be done to the different systems to be ready. And this is what we call encryption agility. So to do that transition from the current encryption algorithms to the new encryption algorithms in a seamless ways without trauma. So testing, evaluating with the real standards is very important. That is the essence of PQC Labs. And this is why we are doing it now, because it needs to be started, evaluated. The evaluation needs to start now.
Yeah, I had a conversation with somebody the other week about encryption keys and all that stuff, and they were pointing out that depending obviously on the size of the organization, you've almost got to start now as well, just because you can't wait until 2028, 2029 and then expect to do it overnight. You do actually have to start getting very much ready now. So that's also a sort of the time frame you think it's to ensure a sort of orderly transition. People do need to start understanding what's required and then acting on it this far out, if you like. Yes.
Yes, even earlier, because if those malicious attackers are able to store that information for when the time they will be ready to decrypt it, thanks to quantum computing, the readiness of quantum resiliency needs to be earlier. It cannot be just a few months early than formally it's announced that the malicious attackers have available the quantum computing capabilities. That would be too late. So those timelines need to be defined in context. The post-quantum encryption algorithms need to be deployed much earlier than the deadline on when the general access to quantum computing for the masses or for malicious attackers, and this can be governments, this can be illegal organizations, for when they have access to quantum computers. We still have time, but there is not so much time, because it cannot be done just in the limit. For this reason of storing the information and then decrypting when ready, that can be storing 2 years earlier and decrypting when ready.
And I'm just wondering, more generally, how big this opportunity. I mean, cybersecurity as an overall topic. The channel is fully aware of that and is engaged. But this is, I would call it a specialized. I mean, it's an important area, but it's a bit more, so we say, sophisticated, complicated. So I'm just thinking, how much of an opportunity is it for the channel when we're looking at things like certificates, key management, and this post-quantum cryptography world? Just it's, some people might be thinking, running scared and thinking, how do I get involved? But yeah, put it the other way, the positive light. What is the opportunity for the channel to get involved? And if they're scared, then I'm sure all their customers are scared. So there is this opportunity to help folks. Yeah, please tell us.
Absolutely. Taking into account that encryption is a fundamental pillar of cybersecurity, that's a reality. There is other aspects in cybersecurity, but encryption is the foundation of cybersecurity. How our channel partners can capture these opportunities? Well, there is several angles, and there is a lot of services to be offered around the opportunity. On one side, we provide technology with certificate lifecycle management, with automation, with guidelines to be quantum resilient. But on the other side, there is a need of offering services to implement all these technologies in each of the customers, and to ongoing management, to offer managed services into these customers. So the opportunity is very large, because any company has any relationship with encryption. Cybersecurity it needs to be deployed all over. Of course, the needs of larger organizations are more demanding. The needs of smaller organizations are less demanding, but this is like the IT needs. The opportunity, and this is one of the things that we invest in Sectigo. We do not aim only to very large organizations. We want to offer certificate lifecycle management for all sizes of organizations, because all of them at different levels with different degrees of sophistication, they need to have access to these technologies via our channel partners and MSPs.
Okay, and in terms of the time frame, I mean, we've already discussed how important it is clearly for the end users to start planning how to get themselves ready for the quantum world. But I guess it's worth pointing out that the channel similarly, I mean, they don't want to be stuck in 2028 or whatever with everyone knocking on their door and they just can't cope with the rush. So it's sort of doubly important, if you like, that the channel starts introducing this topic so that they can manage it in a timely fashion and not get sort of knocked over in the rush if everyone has left at the last minute. So yeah, and I suppose the other thing to ask therefore is how does a channel organization, MSP, go about sort of standing up this service and introducing it to their customers? And any sort of advice you might have?
Yeah, absolutely. So we with all this framework that we are putting together, what the message that we are delivering with the channel is that with the Sectigo offerings, with the Sectigo technologies, that transition to crypto agility, to the future, well, we are going to solve for it because this is what we are investing for. So our message to the channel, and when we are being very successful in helping the channel capture opportunities, is in offering now certificate lifecycle management with automation to their customers, and this is already a meaningful opportunity that is in this hyper growth mode. For the future, once these solutions have been deployed at a scale in most of their customers, the transition is going to be much more seamless. And therefore, this is going to be a gradual. This is not about getting, not necessarily the message is that all the channel needs to be expert in post-quantum encryption and all these complexities. It can be done gradually because thanks to the Sectigo technologies, they will be ready to do that transition if our platforms are deployed within that customer base, within their customers. In parallel, what we offer with our labs is this sandbox to start testing as well. And that will be more consulting works that our channel partners can offer to a number of customers as well. But that is a parallel task. The foundation needs to be there, and the foundation is to have their customers with a deployment of certificate lifecycle management, of the right automations. Once that foundation is ready, the transition is going to be much more affordable.
Okay, and maybe just finally, in terms of the future roadmap, I mean, it's perhaps a little bit greedy of me to ask, bearing in mind you're making two fairly significant announcements, which we've discussed, but what else is on the roadmap? I mean, I think you alluded earlier that the certificates as a service, there are other parts to be added, shall we say, to that, but anything else you can share as to what we might be seeing from yourselves over the next year or so?
Absolutely. So our roadmap is going to be, in addition to what we discussed about adopting post-quantum encryption and launching CLM and this certificate as a subscription, this is now, our roadmap is going to be evolving into offering more seamless solutions to our channel partners and MSPs to better manage their customers. There is going to be a continuous evolution in improving our platform to allow a better management of their customers. And this is a meaningful opportunity. As I said, we are a very channel-oriented company, and we believe that by giving better tools to our channel partners, we will grow our business, they will grow their business, and we will create this symbiosis. So a big part of our roadmap is addressed for the next year or so, is addressed to keep improving that platform to enable and empower these channel partners to better manage their customers, offer better services.
Okay, it's been great to chat with you today, and some brilliant insights into what's going on at the company, and thoughts about the whole sort of post-quantum world, which is frightening and exciting, I guess, in equal measures. But at least for now,
Both.
thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.